He's talking to Israel, actually, not to what's happening, not to the people in Washington, but it's relevant. He's talking to Israel, that you are required, as my people, and I'll talk about that in a moment when I get to God is kind, you are required. So that means when we deal with people, we have to show justice, and we have to do the right thing. So it doesn't make sense if two Christians are quarreling because another Christian tried to get over on one of them. That should not happen with us. And I know nobody in here has experienced that. There's other people you know that. That should not happen with one, but if you're doing business, it should be fair and it should be done right. That's right. Everybody get me? There should be no situation that you could think of that one believer, really that word shouldn't even be in our vocabulary. I shouldn't be having a discussion with nobody about why you try to get over on me. I should not be having that discussion with no believer. Because we don't try to get over on one another. Because we want to do what's just and what's right, okay? Zechariah was addressing the leaders in Judah. This is after they had come back from the exile, and he called for them to administer justice. And he said, you need to practice kindness. Don't just talk about it. But this verse in Zechariah says, you need to practice kindness to others. They had been fasting, and they were just kind of going through the motions, and these were the leaders that were fasting. And he says to them that you need to admit, you're doing all this fasting, but it's not translating in how you're dealing with one another. You're the leaders in the way you're dealing with the people. It's not translating. So you need to practice justice, and you need to practice kindness. Anybody, any feedback or thoughts on these introductory comments in terms of being kind and showing kindness? Does anybody ever feel challenged and don't feel like it sometimes, showing kindness? Anybody feel like sometimes you don't even feel like being, you know you need to be kind, you just don't feel like it in that moment that you need, not all the time, it's just sometimes, every now and then, you don't feel like being kind. Anybody other than myself? Can you raise your hands higher so I can see? Okay, thank you. All right, good. All right, here's my next point. God is kind. So God's not asking us to do something that he's not.